Good afternoon, everyone. Again, this is Tiffany Daniels coming to you from channel Spilling Tea. I do appreciate your time this evening. I did not intend on making another video, but after seeing what I just saw, I had to come in. Now, there's been another hit piece put off, this one directly targeting JD fans that I could not ignore. I have talked constantly about the dehumanization of those who are standing up for JD. But now that the entire media think it's okay to bash us without being willing to dig, I decided I'm going to set the record straight. Now, those of you who have watched my videos absolutely know what I'm going to say here. So, let's get started, shall we? Super fans and deadheads. I'm going to stop you right there, Karen. I'm going to stop you right there. So listen to me. Listen to me. The fact of the matter is that until 2016, as far as I knew, I thought he was still with Vanessa. That's how much I pay attention to Hollywood or his life. Okay? Alright, Karen? Alright, good. I'm glad we established that. Why I defend JD is not only is he a male of DV survivor, it's more than that for me. He is also a disabled DV survivor. He is a neurodiverse DV survivor. On my channel, it took me 4 different videos and 4 hours to read through the list of disabled people who were murdered by their caretakers, by their parents, and their significant others. Okay? Very easily, just a few years ago, he could have very easily joined that very, very specific list. Now, we are talking well over 100 names, people of all genders from all over the world, whose stories are never reported by mainstream media, whose names are never told, whose stories are never told. But one of us survived. One of us survived. And not only did he survive, he fought through the media mire to be able to tell his story and bring his perpetrator to court. Something that those people on that list could not do. Their voices were silenced. Forever. They're gone. My brothers and sisters are gone. They're gone. He very easily could have joined them. And because of what he's doing, people who would have never had any reason to come by my channel and hear their stories, or hear ours, us survivors who managed to live, our stories wouldn't have been told had he not come forward to tell his story. A victory for him will be a victory for us survivors, but it will also be a victory for the victims whose voices have been silenced forever, whose stories will never be told by the media because it's unpopular to talk about what's being done to disabled people. It's a real problem, and nobody wants to talk about it. That is why I stand by him. I stand by him as a fellow neurodiverse who is also a DV survivor. I stand by him as someone who is very unlikely to be believed should I tell my own tale to a media outlet. A victory for him will be a victory for all of us, including my brothers and sisters who are no longer with us. It's not about being a super fan, a depthead. None of that matters. None of that matters. As far as I'm concerned, he is no different than Austin Anderson, who mother that he trusted drove him out into a field and stayed there for 3 days, depriving him of his medicine he needed to live for his form of adrenal disease. Because of his autism and not being the perfect child she wanted, he starved to death. A couple of days, the adrenal disease would have took him. He's no different. He's no different than Andre McCollins, shocked over 31 times on a 4-point board. He is no different than the woman who was autistic, who was bludgeoned and beaten to death. You hear me? Do you get it now, media? When is it going to matter? Or does it only matter to you when it goes against your narrative? Sorry, folks, I had to get that out. I appreciate your time this afternoon, and I do hope you have a good one. I'll see you on Twitter. Bye-bye.